All right, so next I am going to introduce a brilliant writer and soon-to-be speaker, because she is just a natural speaker. I had her on my Instagram live the other day, and I was like, oh my God, she's supposed to host her own podcast. So Laurel Janssen Byrne, come on up.
All right, I'm going to be a little bit louder because it's hard to hear in the back. Mom, can you hear me? All right. My chapter is on movement, and so I want everyone to stand up. We're going to move our bodies a little bit. I want you to turn to one person and high five them. And I want you to turn to the other side, and I want you to hug them. All right. You guys are so cute, following directions. I just love it. All right, I am not a natural public speaker. Thank you, Kim. That was sweet. But I always tell my 15-year-old daughter, Lexington, to say all the words. So I'm going to say some words. All right. This summer, as I was about to turn in my chapter, which is on movement, thank you for moving with me, I was watching this speech, political. We're not going to go too deep into that, but it was one old guy and another old guy, the same old guys. Nothing against old guys, but it just felt bleak. And it felt like, really? This is all we've got? And it felt heavy, and as a woman, it felt really dark. And the next morning, I felt just this heaviness, but somehow the sun came out, the sky did not fall, and I went to Pilates, which I love because I love movement. A walk, a yoga class, a hike with a friend, and Pilates every Friday at 10:30. And I was there with my instructor, who's a friend of mine, and my other friend who takes the class every week with me. And they felt the same heaviness, the same bleakness. But we did it anyway, and we got through our hour, and I felt better. Movement is the basis of most days for me. It grounds me, and it gives me mental clarity so that I can check off all the to-dos on my list, I can reach my goals, and I can feel sane. I can also show up for my family. It starts with that. And I looked back into my history, and I realized it came from my grandmother. She was this feisty Scottish immigrant. She came to Canada in 1928, and she used to tell me a story, and it's the story I tell in my chapter 13, Lucky 13. She went to New York City, and she had no money. She had hope in her pocket and nothing more. So she couldn't take a taxi cab. She couldn't do anything fancy like go to a show. So she walked the streets of Manhattan, looking at the beautiful buildings, incredible people from around the world, sampling foods she'd never eaten before from countries she'd never visited. And she told me this like it was the most magical thing ever, movement. She lived to be 96 years old, longevity. She exercised every day. And she didn't always want to. Sometimes it was raining. Sometimes she didn't feel good in her body. Sometimes she had things in her life that weren't positive at all. But she did it. And it grounded her. This metaphor of the movement of your body and the movement into your life has stuck with me. So I hope you buy the book, read the book. I can't wait to read the other 29 chapters. I got to meet these incredible best-selling authors last night. But I'll leave you also with this. I feel so sad for the two who couldn't come tonight. I have 11 people here who ventured the 405 in the rain to get here, as I know you all did. So thank you, and thank you, Kim, for all of this.